a bit of a heritage.
So, Bruce, you've been an investor in and a director of a whole range of companies there. Some of them a bit more established now, beyond the early stage space. Others earlier. What do you think are some of the keys to effectively managing and being a director of these early stage companies?
Governance on the startup companies is quite different to governance on large and public and corporate companies. With the large corporate ones, it seems to me, with a company like Air New Zealand, say, there's a bunch of professional directors there, and they decide where they want to take the company, and they look for a CEO with the right skill set. They advertise, they find, they put him in place, they support him, it all runs. If he doesn't deliver on the KPIs, then they have to swap him out. That's their job. With these angel-backed companies, you're really betting on the people, and you've got a founder there, and the founder will be 3/4 of the business, with their personality and their drive and their way of being. It's their mission, which we're all trying to help and do well ourselves in the process. You always go through an interesting phase where, to start with, the founder is the whole thing. It's them, and the egos can really run amok here because it's them. And as they go on, they get a bunch of helpers, a big bunch of helpers, and including senior people who come in as mentors. And so, but on all of this, the founder, is the entrepreneur, is still running their show. They're in charge. They're the boss, and they've got these helpers and these mentors who are saying this and that. When they come to an angel round and this other investment comes in, then there's a governance board established. There always is, because I don't like investing unless there is. And at this point, there's always a bit of a power battle going on between who's in charge of this company. Is it the directors, the board collectively deciding this is what we're going to do? Or is it the entrepreneur? And very often there's a bit of pushing and shoving while that gets sorted out. But the thing is, unlike the New Zealand model, if they aren't performing, sometimes you just plain can't boot them out. There's too much of it. They're too important to the company. So it's like a marriage. You're there. You've got to find a way to make it work, and it's very bad for everybody if the thing flies apart. So governance with startup companies is much more about personalities than it is about numbers, and it's more of an art than a science, would be my view, and we don't always get it right.
Yeah.
But it's great fun.
It is great fun.